Okay, I think that even another speaker is missing. I sent to him an email, so we will see. I'm going to start because I think the important here is to listen to you and your stories about what has been your experience in the grant that you have received in the second grant period that was from October 2024 until November 2024 until this October. And today here, the voice is you for sharing your success and your experience and your comments. So basically, let's say that today we will have Berdal, Click, Lizar Sani, Yes Isaac, Olivia, Filipovska, and Sanel are mentioning different success stories from different grants. There will be virtual mobility, certain scientific mission, ICT conference grant, almost all that one that you could cover and apply also for this third grant period that his first cut-up is in December. So first of all, the outline of our session of today, I'm going to do a kind of update about our grant, and later on we have the presentation of Bert, if he finally could connect about short-term scientific mission between Austria and Turkey. Then we have the history of our experience of Blizzard about the short-term scientific mission from a perspective of young research. Then we have Yes, with his experience, double experience, let's say, with virtual mobility and ICT grant. Then we have the opportunity to impact, that is from Olivia. And then the last one is how cost grant and research collaboration and impact from Sanela. Of course, as you always know for previous experience, this webinar is being recorded, and also you have the question and answer boxes where you could put any kind of question at any moment for our speaker. So let's move for my part of the presentation, that is this cost action grant update. Just to mention that this year we have a quite success. Even we decided with the core group to increase the budget because it was lower, but we decided that there was so many applications and as there was some money, we decided to go for them. So in general, we have to say that we received 34 applications last year, the second grant period, 9 in the first cut-up, 7 in the second, 10 in the third one, and in the last one, 7. So that is the money that we have also spent in this second grant period. Regarding the all final application granted by the cost, we have 4 ITC conference grants, one from Kosovo, one from Turkey, one from Albania, and one from Latvia. No, sorry, I make a mistake. This is the proper one too. Regarding mobilities, we have short-term scientific mission, for example, from Isaac Trakovic, another one from Alexander Petrovsky, one from Sintra, one from Mine. There are different ones that started since January 2025 until almost the summer period. At the end of June, we have several one exploring, for example, connection between Macedonia and Serbia, Austria and Turkey, as I mentioned before, but also to try to foster joint projects and different activities. Then we have the ICT conference grant here, the long list as well. You could see different one. We went to the to present, for example, green urban development in Eastern Europe. Also, we went to the 7th symposium on circular economy and sustainability. Also, we participate to the international conference on life cycle management. So different partner and different cost action member participate in several actions that will start it as well in February and just almost finishing in September. Here, short photos of some of our colleagues presenting and making in some ITC conference grants. And now I'm going to stop. My last comment is if your grant is related to the topic of industrial symbiosis and circular economy, we are going to probably approve all if there is some grant. So profit your time, and also be careful to apply as soon as possible, because there are several applications, and if you arrive on the last cutoff, there will be less money, and it will be more difficult for us to ensure that we are going to be able to grant it you. But in general, I think that the feedback that we have, myself and also Mine and Petra's grant awarding, are that you are happy, that you are achieving several results, and after even the grant, you continue working maybe with the network that you met in the conference, or even with the host that allow you to be in their country and in their facilities. So as far as I see, Bear is not here yet, so we are going to pass for the next one, that is Blizzard. So his presentation is a short-term scientific mission from a younger research perspective, experience and opportunities. But before giving the floor to him, I would like to present his PhD, a lecturer and researcher at the Faculty of Economy in the University of Tirana in Albania. In the last few years, he had research focused on sustainable economic concepts, circularity, business model, and also digital finance. He participated in several national and international projects with the university, and also, apart from, let's say, being member of LIAISE, he participated in other cost action, profiting the opportunity to go for several workshops, seminar, training school, etc. So, Blizzard, the floor is yours. Once again, thank you to be here. I'm stop sharing so you could go.
Thank you, Almudena. Can you see my presentation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, let me thank you again for organizing this webinar and for sharing our experiences and engagement in the LIAISE Cost Action. I think this kind of activities are really insightful, so we can share what others and what have us as LIAISE members have profited and have been engaged in activities. As you mentioned, I am currently a lecturer and researcher at the Faculty of Economy in the University of Tirana. And almost 2 years ago, I decided to join LIAISE Cost Action Working Group number 3 as a member because some of my colleagues, Lesh and Besa, have suggested me to join this working group. I was in the middle of my, let's say, PhD journey, and I thought I need something to diversify my research activity, so I joined LIAISE Cost Action. And in the second grant call period, I decided to apply for a short-term scientific mission. Thus, I applied for an STSM, and this presentation is related to it, and from an STSM experience as a young researcher perspective. After applying for the short-term scientific mission, I want to highlight some of the, let's say, main bullet points where I focused. First of all, it's very important to find a proper hosting institution for the short-term scientific mission. My short-term scientific mission was related to industrial symbiosis experiences and barriers to implement it in Albania and in Poland. So I chose the University of Siedlce in Poland because the region where the Siedlce city is located is in one of the most industrialized zones in Poland. So it's very important to closely relate, let's say, the research topic with the hosting institution. I contacted with Professor Wojciech Gonet. He was, let's say, the professor who invited me and agreed to collaborate in this STSM. To be honest, he was not so into cost action, how did they work. So I also, in the first day, made a presentation when I went to the University of Siedlce about how cost actions work and which is the main, let's say, aim and goal for LIAISE cost action and so on. I also contacted with 3 other colleagues then and his research team, Professor Bartlomiej, Piotr and Agata. Then after finding the hosting institution, I made the application process. First of all, I drafted the research topic. When we discussed with Professor Wojtek we decided what should we do in the meantime when I will make the short-term scientific mission, but also what should we prepare previously to go to the university. I also got the invitation letter from him, and then I made the submission form. And also in the third phase, I implemented and I undertook the short-term scientific mission. I have prepared two detailed questionnaires to collect data from Albania and from Poland related to industrial symbiosis implementation. I made the 1 week short-term scientific mission, and after finishing it, I drafted the final, let's say, report and the detailed report about all the data I have collected. More specifically, my short-term scientific mission was reconnoitering social and economic key performance indicators, and I wanted to analyze all the barriers and obstacles of industrial symbiosis implementation in Albania and in Poland. I chose these two countries because we share, let's say, more or less a similar approach after the fall of communism, and we had, let's say, the similar path to the industrialization process. Also, this, let's say, research topic was closely related with one of the deliverables to whom I have contributed together with Professor Lesh and other colleagues to the deliverable 3.3 to the KPIs dashboard. So I want to emphasize the fact that maybe when we choose the research topic, it should be also related with the deliverables in order to, let's say, further contribute to the cost action. Then after collecting all the data, I prepared, let's say, the questionnaire. We shared during the 1 week short-term scientific mission all our insights. They made, let's say, a presentation of the situation of industrial symbiosis in Poland. I also made the same presentation about the current situation in Albania, which are, let's say, the neutral points, which are the main barriers, which are the socio-economic perception of business managers, of, let's say, individuals, of researchers, what do they think about industrial symbiosis, and so on. But beside the short-term scientific mission, I also had, let's say, some other additional opportunities after finishing it. Also, I expanded my professional networks because I met a lot of colleagues in the University of Siedlce, to whom I already have also contacts because we are contacting to make, let's say, future activities together. I collected data to use in my future research projects and publications. And of course, I had discussion about what we can do related to our cost action, or when can we apply in order to further promote the industrial symbiosis, and so on. And of course, with all the data I have collected from my short-term scientific mission, beside the preparation of the working paper, together with Almudena, we also have drafted a conference paper, which is already accepted in the ICEBIT 2025 conference, Building Intelligent Economies with Resilient Innovation and Smart Specialization. With the data that we have collected from my short-term scientific mission, we are going to present after 2 weeks in the conference the paper called Industrial Symbiosis in Albania, Hindrances on the Road to Circularity. Due to the fact that the concept of industrial symbiosis is not quite known in Albania, we want to further promote it. So the short-term scientific mission has directly helped me to collect all the data and to further present the implementation of industrial symbiosis. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your presentation, all your input, and the experience for the full procedure. It has been perfect, Blizzard. I'm going to wait until the end for any questions, so I'm going to continue to our next speaker. If I have the chance to show my screen again. Our next speaker is going to present his experience and achievement with virtual mobility grant and also with an ATC conference grant funding for our cost action. The speaker, as I mentioned before in my introduction, is Yes Jihaz. He is associate professor in quantitative finance with a PhD in statistics in Albania. Also, he has experience as a lecturer for more than 10 years in financial courses at bachelor and master level. Also, he is author of a textbook named Introduction to Financial Modeling, and also he had more than 45 scientific papers published in different journals, scientific journal and proceeding. Also, he has experience not only in cost action, also in Erasmus, in ATI, higher education, also project, and he's member of several editorial board of international journals. And also he acts as reviewer in two of them. Apart from that, he also have experience in financial sector and in industry, managing consultant for business optimization, KPIs, audit, etc. So now I'm going to quiet myself and give the floor to you, Jess. Thank you again for being here.
Thank you, Almudena. Hello all, everybody here. And thank you for gives us this opportunity to share our experience with cost action LIAISE. Okay, maybe you can see?
Yes.
Okay, great. So it was really honor to be part of the working group 3 as the beginning this cost action, and thank you, Almudena, gave us the opportunities and chance to be involved in these cost actions in many kind of the events and discussions to be really productive for these 2 years and hopefully to be more in the years ahead. So as a part of the working group 3 I'm involved, I am a task leader and delivery leader for KPIs dashboard to support decision making in industrial symbiosis. But here I want to express my experiences as well, to share experience and achievements with virtual mobility grants and ITC grants founded from this cost action, our cost action LIAISE. So it was really outstanding experience to be part in this cost actions. And here in a grant period 2 for the year 2025, I chose and I selected, I've been in 2 parts of this grant in online form. As I see the presentation from the Blizzard to be in person, so I was totally online, and I have another experience in online form. The first one was a virtual mobility grant. So in that virtual mobility grant, I selected and I had a topic related to critical social and culture and social drivers for effective industrial symbiosis implementation. This virtual mobility grant is developed from March to April related to these dates. And of course, there was not only this period. This period was the period for the development virtual mobility grant, but I had again communicating with partners, with experts in our cost action, but even in the other cost actions in different forms. So related to this kind of the virtual mobility grant, I had some kind of the objectives to identify and analyze social and culture drivers influencing industrial symbiosis implementation. I'm trying to develop a questionnaire to assess stakeholders' perception and engagements is very important in this kind of the topic. And this whole idea was to support creating and culture adaptive KPIs related to compiling the environmental and economic indicators that are really important to have some kind of the KPIs for development and how it is adapted industrial symbiosis in different countries, because I'm trying to find and to select on the methodology for that related to different forms of the literature review and theoretical aspects, and I selected some key points that are really important to select the KPIs, and I developed a questionnaire that is created in two parts. In the first part, to give an whole information context in the industrial symbiosis implementation in different countries, and then focused in social and culture aspect for these KPIs. So I had many discussion, and I mentioned here, for example, in our working group 3 and our cost action, in our online meeting, we discussed about that. And I find the chance to thanks all colleagues in working group 3 who gives me some information and helps me to finalize this kind of the questionnaire. Of course, the key outputs for this uh, virtual mobility grant, it was creating this kind of the questionnaire, finalized, but finalized related to methodology and step by step and every kind of the aspects, and to be transparent for every kind of the data, to select the data that are really crucial for identifying the KPIs. So during this experience, I had multidisciplinary collaboration with other cost actions. I have mentioned here, for example, two another cost action that are cost action CA 23104 and another cost action CA 20138 that are focused in aspect of the circular economy. The first one is water reuse, but the other cost actions was in social and economic aspects for water, energy, food nexus in industrial symbiosis. I find myself to be part and to elaborate more and to discuss with experts in that cost actions, and why not to share some topics, some ideas, and our achievements for all our cost actions to be more promoted and to represent in other groups in different kind of the cost actions. Here, for example, I have some screenshot because I was online, of course, with different parts, and in the right is the working group 3 in our LIAISE cost action, and the other part are two different other cost actions when I have discussed it with some topics related to the constructing and created more specific in the question in a questionnaire, and to finalize this questionnaire that is already done and shared that time to collect data. Now we have data from this, and I have represented in a meeting in our Sava and also in a result and online meeting that we have already done in our working group 3. This was the first experience. It was really great experience because gives opportunity and chance to collaborate more, not only in our working group, in our cost, but even in the other cost, because we have some kind of the interaction idea or similarities, and so we can create it more collaboration with that. So another grant period here, in this grant period here, it was ITC grant, conference grant. Even here I was in online. I take part in 24th International Conference Shaping Towards Economy, Environmental Digitalization, Inclusive Governance for a Resilient Future in Turkey in September. And in that conference, I took part with my paper. So I represented a paper related to the climate prediction and industrial symbiosis for circular and sustainable economics. So here I'm focused more in some aspect that we can put together the situation in climate prediction and how they can affect industrial symbiosis during this this period that I have analyzed here. Maybe here I have 2 decades in my calculation and the data. So here I have some kind of the picture here, some certification to take part in this conference. But the most important thing for this experience, it was not just representing my paper. Of course, I wanted to represent my paper, but it's very important to create a network and collaboration between different bodies here in the conference. So I'm trying that time to get a feedback in different kind of the aspects. In the first hand, they are focused in the aspect, in academical aspect, but it is very important to get more recommendation and feedback. For example, it's needed to have more information and suggested me, for example, to see this kind of the collocation and how I can express more between climate prediction and industrial symbiosis in context on circular economy, to see and to analyze for all parties in Mediterranean and Black Sea, because I had information and analysis in Mediterranean part, but they suggested me in the Black Sea because they have some kind of the similarity, and so created more engagement to be more comprehensive in this aspect. So related to the network and collaboration in this online conference, I had opportunity to create more contacts with academia and not academy, but even in the industry, because I heard about and discussed about many topics related in circular economy, climate prediction, and industrial symbiosis with different experts here, and it was really really good opportunity to share them. So it was in the whole aspect, the good opportunity to be part in this conference. So that was some topic that I wanted to express here, and of course, there was a great experience to be part. Even it was online, it was really a good experience, because you can create it so much collocation and collaboration in different experts, in different researchers. And I had opportunity to share more related LIAISE as well, and I get some information idea to have more precisely and focused in a good results ahead for the KPIs. So thank you for this opportunity, Almudena, and all colleagues in the working group 3 and LIAISE for that. Thank you for attention.
Thank you so much. Yes, I see the opposite from Blizzard because you are online, but I also think that is so positive, because sometimes for, let's say, for the labor or for even the family matter, some people could not travel or could not be abroad, so it's also a good opportunity for all of you to know that also inside the action there are this opportunity to make network, to make maybe virtual mobility or ITC grants, and there is no need to transfer. Of course, sometimes it's better to be in person, but depending on the situation and depending on the tasks, you could also do online. So once again, thank you, Jess, for also for your kind word about the action and for sharing your experience. Let's move for the next one. Our next speaker is going to be Olivia, but before giving her the floor, I would like to present herself. Her presentation will be from the opportunity to impact her journey with the LIAISE grant. So she is researching highly experienced professional with more than 10 years in management experience. Her background is finance, banking, and sustainable business. You could see today that we have so many economic experts. And she is also, let's say, Olivier is also published author in different journal and file texts on banking strategies and business development. And additional for that, she is member of various scientific societies that are focused on twin transition, like digital transition, circular economy, but also green finance. So the floor is yours, Olivia. Once again, thank you to be here.
Thank you for your nice introduction, Almudena, and for these nice presentations from Blizzard and Lash. They were really insightful. Even I have experience with grants applications, but they shared really different experience, and I'm thankful for that. So now I would like to share my screen. I have some problem.
If not, I could share for you and you just mention to me.
Yes, please. Please.
Okay.
I have some problem at the moment.
No worry at all. Okay, I think now you could start. You just let to me know to pass and I will be going to pass.
Yes, I would like to share my experience. It was quite different from the previous presented from Blizzard and Lash. It was ITC conference grant. I was in person at Khalifa University to present my research, and the difference was because I actually applied to a conference that was organized by another cost action, and LIAISE was the cost action that gave me the opportunity to fund that trip and my attendance of the conference on another cost action that was Greenering cost action that is now closed. But that was their final conference, and it was really nice and insightful experience because there were researchers, also industry representatives from Europe, from Middle East also. It was really nice to be there, and I'm really thankful for that. So the Greenering conference was organized by experts in chemical industry and research, but it was really connected to LIAISE deliverables and to circular economy that we are also researching in LIAISE. The application process for the grant was really simple. It was straightforward. I didn't need support for that. It was really, really simple to apply for this ITC grant that is intended mainly for the cost actions, cost members that are from ITC countries. That is North Macedonia, where I'm affiliated in. So, Almudena, please share the next slide. This is my topic that I presented, Finance for Circularity, Innovations and Challenges. The topic was developed in LIAISE, in our working group 3. And I shared my acknowledgement. This is the first slide that I presented on my conference, where I shared that the trip was funded by our cost action LIAISE. May I have the next slide? Yes, and this is the picture from the conference. It was a really nice experience from a really, really good university in Abu Dhabi, Khalifa University. I met there many people, many researchers from different countries, but also I had opportunity to see the conditions where they work. They're really innovative, and they proudly show their innovations there at the university. It's a really big campus, very interesting mixture of different cultures. So I had opportunity to see people that are that look very traditional, but are very progressive in their research and innovations. Can you please share the next slide? And this is shortly the screen of the application from the start to the end, to the reporting. So first, I made the application where I described my motive and I attached my CV. It was really helpful for my CV, for my personal development to be there. So I explained to LIAISE, and LIAISE understood my motive really well. So then I attached the acceptance letter from the conference and the abstract, and also the next, they are automatically generated from cost platform. That is the grant application and grant letter. And the next attachment is the grant report that I actually submitted after the attendance of the conference, and the presentation, the certificate of attendance, and some pictures. Really simple and really easy to get through. So that was the whole process. I was awarded good amount that covered my costs for travel, for accommodation, for the conference fee, and maybe for the daily costs. I don't know, but I'm really thankful for that. And that would be all. So I presented our cost action. I had some discussions about what we work. I met some researchers from Netherlands, from Italy, that I actually met for the first time there, and they presented to me their research. Now I have new connections from there, have expanded my network, and we are sharing some work and collaborate in other activities that are actually ongoing now. So the conference gave me visibility, gave me confidence, gave me really nice rounded experience that I would recommend for everyone to try, and to see what it is exactly for a researcher, no matter from the academia or from the industry. So my experience is quite mixed, but we all have the same interest in interdisciplinary research, and that is really nice and really beneficial for all of us. So that was my short presentation. I'm open. I wrote my email in my one of the next slides. So I'm open to help to facilitate some member if has some issue with applying, just to have a conversation or a talk. And once again, I thank you for this opportunity to present my experience. That would be all from my side.
Thank you so much, Olivia. Thank you for your presentation and for your experience.
Thank you.
In fact, also you are a good example because your application was for a country outside Europe, let's say, and sometimes the applicant have doubt about this, yes, you could apply for going to a short-term scientific mission or for a conference that is outside Europe. It's not a problem at all. So that could profit you to maybe go to United States, to Abu Dhabi at Seawent, or for another country like South America. The only problem, for example, is that there is a limitation of budget, so you need to be sure that or you pay the expenses that are over over that quantity, or that you achieve or look for some, let's say, flight tickets that are not so expensive and so on. But I think that, yeah, as she mentioned, that grant budget allow her to do this experience outside Europe. So once again, thank you. Thank you for your presentation and from your experience. And I will move for our next speaker, Sonella. She's going to present her experience with LIAISE and how cost grant and her research, collaboration, and in general, the impact. So before giving her the floor, I'm going to present a little bit her. She works as an associate professor at the Technical Faculty in Board in Belgrade. Her research is focused on e-learning, digital technologies, and also e-business. She used to apply quantitative methods to resolve practical problems in businesses, and also she used to work with statistical data analysis. She has experience in education, teaching in the engineering management department since 2014, and also he has go from different level, bachelor, master, or even doctoral degrees. She had more than 90 scientific publications in paper, and also some of them are in high impact journal. She is also lecturer in the SAP University Alliance program, and she is a scientific committee in one very important conference, international one of management, enterprise, and benchmarking. And apart from that, she is editor-in-chief in some journal like Engineering Management. So once again, thank you, Sonella, for being here, and I'm going to leave the floor to you.
Thank you, Almudena. Did you see my presentation?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. And at the beginning, I don't have a lot of new words for you because thank you to the all interesting presentation for another participants today. I don't have so much to add to this story, but I like to send my story and my experience within the LIAISE cost grant. My name is Sonella Arsic. I am associate professor at University of Belgrade from Technical Faculty in Bor from Engineering Management Department, and I'm the member of the Working Group 2 and Working Group 3. Today, I would like to briefly share my experience using an Inclusive Target Countries Conference grant during the second grant period and demonstrate how such grants can significantly support both individuals, researchers, and the broader LIAISE community. Before I begin, I would like to emphasize that my involvement in this cost action became possible thanks to my colleague Angelika, who is the co-leader of the Working Group 3 behind the LASH. And her initiative and support played a key role in encouraging me to join to the project and to participate to this kind of cost grants. During this grant period, I had the opportunity to receive the ITC conference grant, which is specifically designed to support researchers from inclusive target countries, as my colleague previously mentioned. The goal of this grant is to help us to disseminate the results of our cost action and to strengthen international cooperation. Within this support, I was able to participate to the 23rd European Roundtable of Sustainable Consumption and Production, held from 16 to 18 September in Prague. This conference is one of the leading European conferences focused on sustainability, circular economy, and industrial transformation. Because of that, it is highly relevant to the LIAISE action and aligns perfectly with our research topics and working group activities. This participation allowed me not only to present my work to a broader international audience, but also to connect with researchers and practitioners working in the field directly relevant to our action. Within this conference, I present the scientific paper titled Multi-Criteria Assessing Industrial Symbiosis Potential in European Countries and Integrated Entropy-Copras Approaches. This presentation was the part of the thematic section, Sustainable and Circular Business Model in Industry. I need to mention that these projects also give me a very good opportunity to connect my previous research experience, which dating from the field of multi-criteria decision-making methods, and to implement this methodology into the thematic of circular economy and industrial symbiosis. That was the focus of my research, and where I combined the objective Shannon entropy method and the Copras method to evaluate industrial symbiosis potential across 27 EU countries and to present on this event. One of the very interesting things during our meeting was the fact that within the same section, I met our colleague Aida from Romania, who also present our action and our project. And I'm very proud to say that I think so all the day, actually, we talk about our LIAISE Cost Action, because behind two of them, we meet one more colleague from Czech Republic, which is also involved in our project. And I need to say that this event was very during this event, we talk a lot about our project and our ideas and our deliverables during this conference. Also, the ITC grant generated several important impacts, both for my work and for the action as a whole. First, it significantly increased the visibility of the LIAISE activities as a major international scientific conference. Presenting my research in such a setting helped position to the action within the broader discussion on sustainability and the circular economy. As I mentioned, during all our section, almost we talk about our project, because we have more than one participant. That was very exciting for this type of very wide scientific conference in Prague. Second, the grant strengthened collaboration with researchers who are working directly on industrial symbiosis, circular business model, and sustainability. This interaction opened the door to deeper scientific contribution. As a result, new opportunities emerged for joint publications, joint projects, and further methodological development. Also, the people that I meet during the conference make some new connections and offer to join us in the next period of the project realization. And also we plan to make some new scientific papers in the future time, thanks to the meet each other during this conference. For me personally, the grant was extremely valuable because it allowed me, for example, first of all, to participation without financial barriers, covered all costs, travel costs, accommodation, and the cost conference fee. Also high quality international networking. And also I need to mention that, as my previous colleague says, it's not only important to represent our project only to one event. It's very important to share information about our activities and our experience during the project at all events where we participate, and that is the case with me, for example, at all my previous activities within the international weeks, within the another conference. I always share the activities of this project and call people to involved in some part if have some interest in that. Also increased during this mobility, increased the recognition of my research institution. Also, as I mentioned, from my institution, I have more colleagues that are very involved, very active in this calls LIAISE Action. Probably some of them you know, and you already collaborate each other in the previous time. Also, this experience also motivated me to further contribute to and strengthen to the partnership within this cost action. Also, I strongly encourage other members to apply for a short scientific mission, ITC grant, also young researcher grants. I think so that I can apply for that category also, and other LIAISE funding opportunities, because these grants make a real difference. They allow you to participate actively in high-level scientific events, where you can learn, present, and connect with experts from across Europe. They also help you to develop new skills, explore new methodologies, and build collaborations that can grow into publications, into new projects, or into the long-term partnerships also. What is equally important in these grants, give visibility and recognition to your personal work, and they ensure that researchers from all countries can contribute to equal footing. As we can see from the Almudena presentation, in the first, second, and in the third grant, in the previous period of granting, a lot of people give the opportunity to use totally different financial support to make and to spread knowledge, spread the connections within this project. And really thank you, Almudena, and the whole team which behind of all these activities for all of us during the network. It's very important that for everyone to know that your participation is not only beneficial for you, it is directly contributes to the success of the action. The ITC conference grants gave me opportunity to represent the LIAISE Action at one of the most influential sustainability conference in Europe. This was not just a chance to present my work, it is opportunity to showcase the relevance of our action to a broader scientific and professional audience. Through this grant, I expanded my professional network, connected with experts working on similar topics, and enriched my research with the new ideas, approaches, and insights. These are benefits that go far beyond a single event. There are long-term advantages, on my opinion, and every member of our cost action should be experienced. And for the end, don't wait for opportunities to come for you, create them. Apply for cost grant and unlock the full potential of your research and innovation. With this word, I want to finish my today presentation and maybe our today webinar on this topic. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anela, for your presentation and also for all this reflection about your personal improvement, but also the impact that your action has also in LIAISE. So yeah, I think that you are our last speaker, and also we are a little bit out of time. It's already 12, so I see that there are no questions in the chat. You will receive the presentation as always, and you will have also the recording. Also, just to mention that in the chat I put some resources that could be useful for you, like the Short-Term Scientific Connection platform. That is a platform that you only need to complete a form, and you will be connected with host partner or host person that want to be a host during certain scientific mission, and also researchers that are looking for some hosts. Also, I mentioned, and also Sanela mentioned as well, that there is another new option for this third grant period, that is the Young Research Conference grant. So if you are less than 40, it doesn't matter in which country of course are you living, not only like the other in ICT countries. So you could apply and being paid to go and to support you in attending any conference. And also, just to mention that the third grant period was launched at the beginning of November. It's true that we have already received several applications. Some of you are here. So once again, thank you for trying to support this new grant period. But also there is time until the 15th of December. So if you are planning to go to some conference, if you would like to go for a research center to visit them, to have a kind of connection, please use our grant to save money and to go and achieve more impact. So once again, thank you for all the panelists that has been today here to present their experience. Thank you all of you for your kind word and all the positive comment about the experience, and also about cost action, our cost action, and also for the audience. As always, thank you to be here. So I'm going to close this session of today. So have a good weekend, because we are almost here, and have a nice day.
Thank you.
Nice day. Thank
Bye.
you.